Good morning, guys. It is a chilly one. We are out here staging, getting ready to meet some of our volunteers for another trip down. Babe, where are we going to be going today?
Today we have two teams and they will be volunteering at centers in Green Mountain and also at Beuladine. Not only that, but Jeremy and I also have to vet a couple of other locations that may need some help. And then we have some really cool kits coming in a few weeks that
For sure.
we can't wait to share with you guys. But it's a top secret, but it's going to help people tremendously. So yeah, we'll be out vetting that up in Western North Carolina as well.
Something else we want to tell you guys, if you've been watching and you've been wanting to donate or something like that, you'll see that we've been doing these Mr. Heater wall-mounted propane heaters because they work without power. They're much safer than the buddy versions that go in the house. What we didn't realize is that these don't come with anything to make them work. So you actually need two separate pieces to make these heaters work. So you need a regulator kit and then you need the internal hose kit. So that takes these heaters to about $225.
About $225 because
a
the
piece.
heater runs about $157 is what we're finding on Home Depot, and then these two kits $54 and $26 I think. So about $225.
So if you can't afford to donate a whole heater, remember you can just Venmo $5, $2, anything helps to go towards more of these heaters for the community. All right, let's see what the day holds for us.
We have two small teams today because we had a whole lot of people cancel on their commitment at the last minute. Unfortunately, I have already committed us to two locations today. So that's kind of where we're at. So Mandy and Ethan and Amy, you guys are going to be going to Green Mountain to Pleasant Gap Baptist Church. They just got a really large supply load came in last night unexpectedly. I know that you guys are cooking, and Amy, maybe if you can kind of tag team with Mandy to kind of help her because they're supposed to be serving spaghetti today.
Okay.
And then Ethan, if you could potentially help with unloading, just kind of once you get there, just find Lori and just say, where do you need me? She knows that you're cooking, and so she'll get you in the kitchen, and then anything you can kind of do in between. There's always something to do. If you see something needs to be done, you just kind of jump in and do it because she's really overwhelmed over there. The goal is to have you all work until at least 3 o'clock. If you want to work a little longer, you're welcome to do that. Just make sure that you communicate with one another, that you get there together, and you leave together, okay? So don't leave each other.
First thing,
Yeah.
thank you guys. Thank you so much for doing this, for taking your Saturday. So guys, YouTube has been phenomenal, a phenomenal tool during this Hurricane Helene disaster. Last night, about 8 hours ago, we got a message from a gentleman who is 78 years old and disabled, on oxygen. The entire bottom of his house was flooded out. He just needed some manpower to help move some generators and bring in some water. And he asked for a little buddy heater. And when we showed up at his door this morning at 9 o'clock in the cold, he was just so shocked and couldn't believe. He said he left the message and just figured it would go nowhere. And he was such a nice individual. He had just lost his son last night. It was one of the most emotional encounters that I've had. And it's really what this is about. So if you see these videos and you're in need, reach out to us. I'm not saying we can always help you, but we may be able to. So if you see these, leave us a comment, message us on Facebook. We want to help you. That's what we want to do, and we're here to do this for the long haul. And this gentleman, that's not going to be the last we see of him. We're gonna get some volunteers to come and clean up his property. But it's such a wonderful feeling, guys, to get out here and do this. And I just implore anybody watching, just help in any way you can, whether it's physical, monetary, whether it's thoughts and prayers, whatever you can do it. That's it. We're going to be volunteering today at the community center. We have one more person that reached out on YouTube. It's a young lady who doesn't have transportation and her heat is out. She does have power, but she was afraid to use a propane heater in her house. So me and Kim went to Lowe's last night and we bought an electric heater with the donation money that you guys have sent in. So thank you for that. and we're going to be delivering that to her after we get finished at the distribution center today. So it's going to be a pretty productive day up here. So we're dropping off donations at the Bulletin Center. She's got stuff in there. We've got them fresh ice on the ruck rack. And then inside here, we have tons of Mr. Heaters. So we're gonna be dropping these off. All right, guys, so that's the Mr. Heaters that you guys have bought with your donations. We've got the interior hoses. We've got the exterior regulators. So even had an old kerosene heater to bring up. If you are in the vicinity of the Beulah Dean Community Center, wait till you see what all they've got set up in here. We're spending the day here volunteering, doing sorting and organizing and things like that. But let me just show you some of what they've got set up here. So at the front of the Beulah Dean Center, they've got tons of propane. They even have cases of tomatoes and some fresh produce back there. They've got gas for folks. You can see they've got big tanks here so they can fill you up, and they also have generators. Also, if you look at that sign right there, free food. So I'll take you back in and show you where their basically a grocery store is. So this location is just like a lot that you see. They've taken the gymnasium and basically you've got everything you need here. They do have a really nice shelving system, so it kind of feels just like going to the store. So it's here, and diapers galore.
If you have a 6-month baby, get diapers for that.
Yep, for
then
sure.
The babies are going to grow, so get the diapers for
all
as
the
they
way
grow.
up, all
They'll
the
grow
way up.
into them.
So this is at the Beulah Dean Community Center. So if you're anywhere close, guys, they've got everything that you need. And they've just done very, very well with how they've organized everything. You can see they've separated out dog food so that the bags and stuff last longer. Your personal hygiene products. You've still got room to shoot some hoops too. But it's just very, very well done. Everything is kind of grouped together. It makes finding snacks easier. All right. And then I'll take you in, show you the clothes section that I'm going to be working with the ladies today in the clothing. All right, so you saw the grocery store section and the other places, because I forgot what they're called right now because I can't find words. But I wanted to show you the clothing area. And guys, it is so impressive what's coming in. These are brand new coats that we're sorting. We've got brand new shoes, coats everywhere, pajamas for the kiddos, kids' socks, boys' coats, ladies' coats. I mean, and they're brand new. This stuff is mostly new stuff. We've got these big, thick Wrangler hoodies. Got a ton of those. It's just really impressive. And brand new sweats, socks, underwear. We've got so much socks and underwear that we're making overflows over here. So people's kindness is just really coming out in force for this disaster. And there's nothing more beautiful than that.
Making some spaghetti and garlic bread and salad for everybody here today. Thanks for everybody helping come and work out.
Holy water.
We appreciate everyone who made donations to make this possible.
I want to record this because that's a giant tote of clothes. All of these are used clothes that we just cannot organize and sort here. There's just too much. So all of this stuff is going back down the mountain to be donated to Goodwill. So again, don't go thinking you need to bring your used clothes up here right now. They're too full. They may need them in a couple of months, but right now, what should they do, babe?
If you have a closet clean out, you store them until they ask for them. They're just out of room. They're out of room. We have a huge clothing area. There's a lot of new clothes coming in, and they're trying to make room for that. But please don't bring any more clothes on top of this mountain unless you speak to someone specifically and they tell you to bring them, because yeah,
it's just tons of work for the organizers.
Yep,
so
for sure.
we're gonna have enough clothes to fill up both Jeeps to take home.
I mean, we should have been able to be up here and help unload supplies and help them stack them up. But what's happening is that we spent all day organizing clothes.
Yep.
So, yeah,
so I know you're trying to help, guys, and we love you for doing that. But really, reach out and bring them what they actually ask for. Bring them what they need. So talking about ways you can donate, you can volunteer. If you can't afford to donate items, I've told you that manpower is huge. This place is getting drop-offs constantly. But here's another thing that you can do if you're not looking to stay up here and work. I showed you that we're putting all these used clothes into the Jeep and we're taking them to Goodwill down in Caldwell County. And now these ladies are breaking down all of these boxes and all of this cardboard. The dump is closed here. So all of this cardboard needs to be taken somewhere. It's just piling up. So we're actually gonna fill up the trailer that we had with supplies. We're gonna fill it up with this cardboard and take it down to the dump at Caldwell County. So these are things you can do. Not super physical, just bring a trailer up here and say, hey, is there some crap I need to haul off for you guys? That could be a big help. So think about that too. We have so much cardboard in there right now, and we just kind of made a cardboard roof to go over all of it. So we're gonna take that to the landfill, and these guys were super pumped. They were like, thank you. So get up here. You can find a job. Don't think you're gonna be hardcore manual labor. If that's not what you're into, they'll find a job that you can do. So all of these people here are dropping off. We've got this truck that just rolled in dropping off. This guy's dropping off a cooler, which is great. But then this truck is here unloading. There's just almost, it's too much. These volunteers can't keep up. So do not make volunteer trips without someone telling you they need it. Please contact the distribution centers and find out what they need. Don't just show up, because nobody wants to turn you away. Nobody feels good about turning you away, especially when you've driven 3 or 4 hours. But try to find out what is needed. What? So when your volunteer works at a warehouse, said he had warehouse experience, so they're gonna put him on the sky track to unload a pallet. Hey, hey Mason, we need to make sure we push those forks in. They're out too far right now for that pallet. That pallet is here. You just lift up and slide them. I just can't lift them. When you accidentally bring the exact right volunteers for the job. You're good. So we're on the way. I told you we're doing some YouTube deliveries. So we got another message from a young lady who doesn't have transportation and their heat is out. She has power, but they have no heat. She didn't want to use a propane heater in her house because she's worried about safety. So we went by and we picked up an electric heater last night from Lowe's. So we're delivering it. And this is an area that I haven't been in yet. And where are we?
So we are in Red Hill, and this river that runs behind us is the North Toe River, and it's one of the areas through Yancey and Mitchell County that have experienced some of the worst devastation. Homes and vehicles of all sorts have been carried down this river. So Jeremy, let's pan around and show them what we're looking at.
I'm just going to show you kind of some of the things. So guys, this is the riverbank. I mean, how do you even clean this up? But I'll just show you here, coming over. And so this is, like she said, the Red Hill area. But look at this. It's just piled up out here. And it's not just on this side. I mean, there are piles of trees. It went where? Yeah, so the water, you can see the water went all the way up through here. Unreal.
You can see the water line on the trees over here to the left. That's how high that river rose.
This is just crazy. Can you see where it made the railroad tracks fall over there? That's just crazy, guys. I mean, look at the size of some of these trees. these guardrails here.
All the guardrails down over here on the right. Careful on the road. So the wall that they're building is where the river originally was, but I guess since it pulled half this road down, now they're having to rebuild and redirect the river in the direction that it's supposed to be.
So the water came all the way up to these homes.
Look how big this river already was, and you see that it rose all the way up to these homes on these little hills. It's just clearly unimaginable.
Just took the homes right off. So crazy.
Yeah, a massive part of that road down. Yeah, you see that big ass bridge over there? I mean, it's a huge bridge. It's out.
So the road that we're trying to get to is across this bridge, and we are hoping that it's safe. We're definitely going to go one at a time. This is the area that we're delivering the heater to the girl that reached out on YouTube. So, all right. It's so unreal how this small creek caused such extensive damage to this whole community. You can see up here how it just tore out the banks and made it so much bigger from this little bitty baby creek. It's just crazy.
Beautiful creek.
Absolutely. It really is such beautiful country up here. Yeah, this little creek, little bitty creek, caused chaos through here. Look at this. I mean, just total chaos from that little creek.
It's still untouched.
It's not necessarily untouched, but
It's just cut off
it's
from
cut
this
off
direction.
From this direction.
But now you can still get there from 107, right?
Yes. You
In
can get there-
Unicoi?
Yes. You can
Okay.
get there through this
That's
way.
what I thought. We've been in that
So
area quite a
guys,
bit.
this is all done by volunteers. They are mapping out
So have
routes
you
and keeping track of
you
residents
just need to
all on
speak
their
to
own without
whomever?
electronics.
I'm trying to get in touch with the county. Is basically ground zero for Hurricane Helene. Most of the water that came down once the island hit Mount Mitchell and disintegrated, it came down on our Pensacola area and just devastated it. The other part went down the South Toe and devastated it as well. 30 inches fell on Busick, which is just a lot of water in a short amount of time, and just took it all out.
So did you say basically everywhere that you can see a bend in the
Everywhere you
river?
can see a bend in the river has been basically destroyed.
So guys, think about that when you look at this. Every place that you see a bend in the river is basically destroyed. It's not there anymore, just washed out.
So it's almost like every time a band came through, it was like an explosion, and then it went on through, and then another explosion. And that's why it was just
kept
exploding
going and
that
going and
riverbed,
going.
that river's so hot so much, or the riverbed so wide.
It's terrible. So Yancey County, guys, that's really ground zero for the damage. So a big need right now, they have tons of these little buddy heaters. They would like the hose adapter that will allow you to run a 20-pound propane tank with these little buddy heaters. So if you look at this picture right here, they need that connection right there to be able to run a 20-pound. So how many of these do you think you need? Putting you on the spot.
Put a number on it.
Just put a number on it for our viewers.
Oh dear.
100?
100.
All right. So
go
guys,
for 100.
let's make that a goal. Let's try to get 100 adapters like that to
Sent
run the
to,
20-pound.
We're gonna have those sent to the West Burnsville Baptist Church.
West Burnsville Baptist Church.
222 West Burnsville Church Road.
All
And I'll
right, we'll
drop
put
that
it in the description.
address, yeah, in the description.
So
Ship
if
'em
you
straight here.
if you're wondering what you can do, how you can help, you can't get out and volunteer, hey, send some of those adapters. They're not that expensive, and we'll love you for it. Guys, look at this right here. I think this is a water tower that is flipped. Wow, that is unreal.